בוקר טוב, חברים. So yesterday we spoke about מידת הזריזות. אדם צריך להיות זריז. הסברנו כי לא ידע האדם את עיתו ומרגע לרגע כמה מניעות וכמה עיכובים. If you're not going to grab the moment, you have no idea how things are going to happen and how it's going to roll, and maybe you're going to lose the, whether it's a mitzvah or whatever you got to do. הבאנו את הגמרא in מסכת נזיר regarding Lot's daughters. The Bechira, the older one, who she believed that the world is destroyed, and if we're not going to have children, לא יהיה יותר בני אדם, she rushed, so she did it one night earlier than her sister. She was fortunate to have 4 generations ready b'malchut, right? Oved, Ishai, David, and Shlomo, versus her sister, which he had a son named Ammon. From her came Naamah Ha'amonit, who she married Shlomo, who she had the son Rehab'am, who became a king. So Eshta Anashim, one, look how far he reached, and the other one, it was delayed by 4 generations. Now you're going to tell me anyway they're dead. זה לא נכון. כי יש להם עילוי נשמה גם כן, יש להם זכות בזה גם כן. ודאי, 100%. 100% יש להם עילוי בזה. So, by you rushing now, you have no idea how, you'll benefit even, it could be 50 years after. It could be 100 years after. Think about it. From the time of Lot and his daughters, יש לך פה a couple hundreds of years. יש לך כמעט, יש לך פה 400. יש לך, it's almost 500 years. So you did something now, you'll see the effect. It can be in 100 years, in 200, in 300, in 500 years. And it goes to your account. So you have no idea, but you rushing, the benefit that you're going to earn. Rush. Do mitzvah, grab it. I want to mention another idea. Shoim, someone that might think to himself, okay, I only learned. Okay, I just came today. What's the big deal? Or I missed one class. Or I missed one tefillah b'tzibur. It's only once. I want to show you, Haverim, what one class can do, what one tefillah can do. If you only miss once, even though you can come every day and you're going to say to yourself, but it's only one class. בוא נראה מה קורה. אפשר לקבל חומש? Thank you, אבי. בואו נפתח למגילת רות. מגילת רות. במגילת רות, on page 673. On page 673, it says, the story of Naomi telling Ruth, go to the Gorim, go down the field. Boaz is sleeping there tonight. Go to him and ask him to get married, right? So Boaz, in the middle of the night, he sees someone sleeping next to him. What are you doing here? She tells him, "Ufarasta chenafecha alamatecha." Please, I want to get married. He tells her, wait, before we can get married, there is a relative who is closer to you than me. And it's a sense of Yibum. It wasn't Bamash Yibum, it's a sense of Yibum. So so we could redeem also Elimelech's fields. So Boaz tells Ruth, we're going to have to ask him, Peloni Almoni. You're going to have to ask Peloni Almoni whether he wants to marry you first. If he says yes, then fine. If he says no, then I'll marry you. It says, Pasuk, Yud Het, on the right column. So, that night, she stayed Balayla, not far from Boaz. Amala, as you're going to see the dawn, go home fast. She came home and she met her mother-in-law, Naomi. So Naomi asked her, no, what happened? So she told her. So she told her what Boaz said. First, we're going to have to ask Mr. Ploni Almoni. And then, if he says no, he'll marry me. Pasuk Yud Het, Vatomer Shivi Biti. Stay here. Let's see how things going to happen. Ki lo ishkot ha'ish. This man is not going to sit for 1 second. Ki im kila hadavar hayom. She tells her, Habibi, within 24 hours you'll get married. I know Boaz. Boaz is not going to sit down for 1 second. He'll get this done today. Shamatem ma yomeret la? By the way, how old is Boaz?
400.
Does
that mean that they're old?
No, very young.
I'm saying, like, we just hear that it's 300, 200. Are they like, or they're strong and they're like, back then?
Look, it says, Lo Yishkot, even though he was pretty old, but you can have people who's 30, but he's very close to 95.
Yeah.
And you have people who are 95 and he still has meetings, business, he's running a whole company. It also depends your spirit and also your body. How do you function? There's anashim ta'ban. Do you know what is ta'ban? He's really thinking on his death. Negative. There's anashim habibi. He's 95 and he has plans. I got to build a whole corporation and I have to do a whole company. I got to build another 300 units. Okay. Amalo Boaz lo yishkot. He's not going to settle down. Ad ki'im kila davar hayom. Today he's going to get things done. Fine. What happens? Boaz ala sha'am. Boaz went to the Bedin. Vayeshev sham v'hineh hagoel over. Suddenly, who was passing by the Bedin? Peloni Almoni, the relative who was closer to Ruth than him. Wow. So Boaz comes to him and tells him, Sir, let me ask you, Pasuk Gimel, ויאמר לגואל חלקת השדה אשר להכינו לאלימלך מכרה נעמי השבה משדה מואב. ואני אמרתי, אגלה אוזנך לאמור, כנה נגד היושבים ונגד זקני עמי, אם תגאל גאל, ואם לא יגאל, הגידה לי בדעה. כי אין זולתך לגאול, ואנוכי אחריך. ויאמר אנוכי יגאל. Boaz tells Mr. Ploni Almoni, let me ask you, we have some real estate, a good real estate from Elimelech. Would you want to get this, the real estate? You want to get it? You want to buy it? Yeah, okay, perfect. But the only problem is for you to get this whole property, so there is a lot of properties, Bethlehem. The only thing, for you to get the whole properties to buy and to get the whole business, he tells him, Pasuk, hey, ויאמר בועז ביום כנותך השדה מאת נעמי ומאת רות המואביה אשת המת קנית להקים שם המת על נחלתו. So for you to get this whole deal, you have to just marry the root. אמר לו צריך לקחת את רות. מי רות המואביה? ויאמר הגואל לא אוכל לגאול לי. לא, I don't want to. Watch how he started. Do you want real estate? Yeah, I want real estate. It's a good deal. Okay, so you have to marry Ruth. Well, no, I don't want to. Why? Pen ashhit et nahalatim. I do not want to destroy my family. Why? She's Moaviyah. And the halakha says, Lo yavo Ammoni u'Moavi b'kahal Hashem. It says in the halakha that Ammon u'Moav cannot marry a Jewish girl. Now, but Torah it says Ammoni u'Moavi, meaning male and female. At that time, the halakha of Ammon u'Moav, whether it's Ammonit, velo Ammoni, Moavit, velo Moavi, it wasn't clear. It wasn't clear the halakha of it's only for a male, but a female can. It wasn't clear the halakha. That day, Ayashi'u, it was a class. Boaz came to the class, and they learned that the halakha of Ammon v'Moav, it's only for a male that he cannot marry a Jewish girl. But if a Jewish man wants to marry Ammonit or Moavit, you're allowed to. Mutar. That halakha got clear that day. Who did not? So who came to the class? Boaz. Who did not come to the class? The family. Fine. So Boaz tells Ploni Ammoni, would you want to get the real estate? Yeah, but die money. Yeah, but the only problem is that you have to get married to Ruth. Ma'omer, lo uchal lig'ol, I cannot marry her, ben ashhit et nahalatim. If I can get married to this one, I'll destroy my children, because my children that are going to come from her, what's going to be? Moabim. And I have kids over here, shidduchim. I don't want to get married to her, bye-bye. He dropped. The next thing he does, Boaz, Hazaku Baruch, Pasuk Yud, Pasuk Tet. ויאמר בועז לזקנים מכל העם, עדים אתם היום, כי קניתי את כל אשר לאלימלך ואת כל אשר לחליון ומחלון מיד נעמי, וגם את רות המואביה אשת מחלון קניתי לי לאישה. עשה בועז קניין. And Boaz went that day and he married who? Ruth. Boaz married Ruth that day. Rabbi Isai, פסוק י"ג, בוא נראה מה כתוב. ויקח בועז את רות, ותהי לו לאישה, ויבוא אליה, ויתן השם לה הריון בת-תלת בן. So it says he married her. It says Hashem gave her pregnancy and she had a son. מה זה ויתן השם לה? I mean, if she's pregnant, obviously she's pregnant. מה זה ויתן לה הריון בת-תלת בן? Hazal tell us he married her that night and the next morning he passed away. So he was with her only once. Now, let me ask you. Two things. Imagine Boaz, okay, give me a couple days. Give me a couple days. You need to die tomorrow. There's no couple days. If you hop around, if you grab the moment, it's yours. If not, bye. Now watch, two people over here. We got one person who did not come to the class. He said, it's only one class. The day he did not come to the class, what happens? He did not know the halakha that a Jewish man can marry a Moavit who became a Jew. Why? He didn't come to the class. He didn't come to the class. Mahu Ibed. פסוק כ"ב ועובד הוליד את ישי וישי הוליד את דוד. מה הוא הפסיד? He lost David המלך. Why? One day he didn't come to class, look what he lost. One day he did not come to class, he lost David, Malchut Bet David, Mashiach, Bet HaMikdash, Shlomo HaMelech. He lost everything by not coming one day. Now, let's continue. The other side, Boaz, Maasa, Hayom. We have to finish today everything. So in the, last night she came to him. In the morning, he got everything done. That day, he gets married to Ruth. That night, he was with her. The next morning, he passed away.
The way he speeded up his death.
No, look at it that way, the bad way.
Yes, man. You grab it, it's yours. You don't, you lost. Nothing will change. Hashem give him, Hashem gave people, Hashem gives them a amount of years, and you have now, go use all the world to, you could earn every moment of life. Earn. He did. That night, that morning, that day, the next day already he's dead.
Boaz?
Yeah. He died the next day. So she was married only for 1 day. One night. Now, I want you guys to know.
Who came from Ruth?
David HaMelech. Oved, Ishai, David. Now, we should know, when Boaz passed away, do you know what Mr. Pele Yoetz said? Wow, I'm so lucky. 400 years, he was doing well. The minute he married this Moaviyah, look what happened to him. He died. It's only because he married her. Mr. Pele Yoetz, in his mind, I got saved. Look what happened. Look what happened. He died. How is it possible? Someone who lived for 400 years, and look what happened. He married Ruth, met. Most likely because of Asa Avera Kazot Gdola. That's how Pele Yoetz saw his picture. Aval Be'emet, what was the picture? Boaz got 400 years to begin with. But he chaptarain, he earned every minute of his life. You know why his name is Boaz? Boazut. Aya Hazak, Ish Hail. No laziness over there. Aya Zariz. Look what happened to Boaz. One night, and he grabbed Zachar Lima, Lemalchut Bet David Sheba Mimeno. A side point, Ruth saw Oved, she saw Yishai, she saw David, Shlomo, and she was in the courthouse when Shlomo judged those two ladies with their babies, and he said, bring the sword. Who was that room next to Shlomo HaMelech? Ruth. And she is the one who is called in Tanakh Em HaMalchut, the mother of kingdom. Ha'ima shel HaMalchut, Ruth. Em. She is the mother of the kingdom. So she was lucky to see all the generations. Atem ma'avinim ma zeh. Haya la kal, did she have an easy life in the beginning? Not at all. Did she have to drop a royalty and a good life? She dropped everything to become a Jew. Mesirut nefesh. But at the end, Shlomo brings a chair, says, bring a chair to the mother of kingdom. Lama Zariz. So you got two people. One he missed one class, ותראו מה קרה. אדם אומר, okay, it's only one class. That class that you missed is for life. Now let's go not עולם הבא. אתה רואה את בועז יושב. מה זה? עם הילדים. You can imagine, דוד המלך, you can imagine איזה כבוד, איזה שכר. You're proud of such a neshama that came from you. You can imagine.
But what did he do to earn him?
Who?
Boaz.
בועז היה אדם גדול מאוד. He was a leader. בועז היה אחד מהמנהיגים בעם ישראל, בועז. הוא נקרא תקופת השופטים. בועז is called תקופת השופטים. In any event, let's go to the other one, Mr. Pele Admoni, that he was really ready to buy the real estate and all the properties, but not Ruth. Look at him. מה קרה? מסכן. הלב נאכל. His heart is... Why didn't I went to the class that day? הייתי מקבל דוד המלך. כתוב.
לא,
כן, כתוב.
איפה?
כתוב.
לא, אבל הוא גם היה ירא שמיים.
מאוד ירא שמיים.
הוא לא רוצה...
מי אמר שהוא לא היה ירא שמיים? אבל ירא שמיים שהפסיד, הפספוסים זה בעיה.
לא, אבל גם מה שהוא חשב זה כולנו אם חושבים ככה.
זה הבעיה, אל תהיה כולנו. אל תהיה כולנו, תהיה מיוחד. אם כולנו, so you lose, כמו כולנו, we lose. אבל אם אתה מקפיד, that's what happens. אתה מבין? לא מפספסים. Now, I want to take you to another place. בעוד מקום אני רוצה לקחת אתכם. יש, in the beginning of מדרש שירי השירים, the beginning of מדרש שירי השירים, it says, יש פסוק בספר משלי. חזית איש מהיר במלאכתו, לפני מלכים התייצב. I saw a man who rushed in his job and he ended up where? To stand in front of kings. ראית איש מהיר במלאכתו, because of his character that he was so rushed to do things quick, לפני מלכים מתייצב. Such a person end up standing in front of kings. So the Gemara says, who is that person? The Gemara says, Yosef HaTzadik, and then David HaMelech and Moshe Rabbeinu, and then Shlomo HaMelech. Shlomo HaMelech, the Gemara says, it took him 7 years to build Bet HaMikdash. And his house, it took him 13 years. Not because he put so much into it, because when he came to his house, he was lazy. נמצא מייפה ומרובה בבניין בית המקדש ובבניין ביתו מתעצל. When they came to his house, it took him 13 years to build his house. בית המקדש, 7 years. 150,000 workers. Wow. לא הקשבת לי. 150,000 workers were involved in Binyan Bet HaMikdash. Hold on. And everybody helped him, even demons.
Wow.
Even demons were involved.
They had to?
It says they came. היו מסייעים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, so, מה הפשט? אני אגיד לך מה הפשט. It means when somebody, he is in a mitzvah, and you into it, you get tzaddik d'shmaya. All the questions, doesn't exist. I want to, when I look at Idan, I remember when we had the Mir dinner. So after the whole event, So a lot of boys, a lot of people from the shul came up to the stage and they asked beracha from the Rosh Yeshiva. So each one got beracha and pictures. Idan was there next to Rosh Yeshiva, and we asked him for beracha. What beracha do you want? He tells him, I want to give a beracha so I can build the shul.
Mhm.
So he told them, do you remember what he told you? He tells him, you're not going to know from where the Siyata Dishma is going to come, because Torah is above nature. ככה אמר לו. מה הכוונה? When you decide to do something, and you do it, and you do fast, בזריזות, אתה לא מבין from where the money is going to come. And he could talk, because he has a whole block that Mir owned. You're going to ask how they survive. They survived more than 80 years already. By the way, you should know, to build, it's easy. To keep it running, it's hard.
That's true.
Because for the building fund, you'll get donations. But once the building is up, to run it day by day, it's harder. It's much harder than just to build the actual building. And he tells you, Dan, אתה לא תדע מאיפה זה יבוא בכלל. כי התורה זה מעל הטבע. So when you think about nature, okay, איך ומה אני אעשה ואיך אני אעשה, you're not going to move. אבל אם ראית אדם שהוא זריז, מלאכים and demons is going to come and help you. שמעתם מה זה? זה הכל אתה. It's up to you. האדם מביא לעצמו את ההצלחה. A person can bring to himself the הצלחה by how you work. And how do you work? That's how you're going to bring the הצלחה. הגמרא אומרת, צדיקים מלאכתם הכל בזריזות. How? באברהם אבינו, תראו מה כתוב אצל אברהם. אברהם, 99 years old, in פרשת וירא. בואו נראה פרשת וירא on page 45. Abraham is 99. And Abraham, not only is 99, he just had a brit milah. במה כתוב? It says, it was the third day of his brit. נכון? זה היה יום השלישי למילתו. היה יום השלישי למילתו.
That's the most painful day?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Third day is the most painful.
Third.
Third is most.
Yeah. אומרת לנו התורה, מה כתוב בפסוק ב'? וישא עיניו וירא והנה שלושה אנשים ניצבים עליו וירוץ לקראתם. He ran. Where are you running? You just had a whole operation. You just got a whole, a surgery. No anesthesia, nothing. What are you running? Hazar said, if you look at the Midrash, it says, when he was running, he was, blood was dripping from him. But he ran. And then Pasuk Vav, once he got the guest over, וימהר אברהם אליו אל שרה. ויאמר, מהרי. He's rushed. And he tells wife, הלא, אלא מהר. אין זמן. מהרי, אלא אין זמן. פסוק זין, מה כתוב? אתם לא עוזרים לי, מה כתוב? ואל הבקר רץ אברהם. ויתן אל הנער, וימהר לעשות אותו. הכל מהר. ראיתם? Let's go to פרשת חיי שרה. אברהם עושה הכל בזריזות, נכון? תראו מה כתוב בפסוק י"ח on page 64. Page 64, פסוק י"ח. Eliezer comes and he asks רבקה, can you please give me water? ותאמר שתי אדונים, ותמהר, ותורד קדה. פסוק כ', ותמהר, ותער קדה. ותרוץ עוד. ראיתם מה זה? צדיקים הכל מהר, אין זמן. She rushed to do mitzvah. What happened? She got married to Yitzhak. Who's her son? Yaakov Avinu. She's the grandmother of all the Shabbatim. Why? מיהרה. תראו לכם, קשה לי. קשה לך, אחד כמו לבן ובתואל. מיהרה. Fine. Now watch this. Who tries to block this whole thing on page 67? כתוב בפסוק נ"ח, ויאמר אחי אבי מה תשבה נערה איתנו ימים או עשור אחר תלך. Why to rush?
Take it easy.
Why to rush? Let's wait a couple days. תראו מה כתוב. תשבה נערה איתנו ימים או עשור. Let's wait a couple days. Why to rush? מה אומר להם אליעזר? ויאמר עליהם אל תאחרו אותי והשם הצליח דרכי. איי 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 איי, תראו מה אומר רש"י. מה אומר רש"י? מה כתוב? איפה זה שמה? לא כתוב ברש"י. איפה זה? לא. אז בחז"ל, במדרש כנראה כתוב את זה. במדרש כתוב, מה זה? What does it mean והשם הצליח דרכי? That day he left ארץ ישראל. איפה זה?
page 66, מבית, והרש"י.
מבית. חזק וברוך. Yeah, but I want to define it. Okay, fine. So Rashi says, כמו שאומרים, שחזק וברוך, בעבור היום. היום יצאתי, והיום באתי. That day, Eliezer left Eretz Israel. That day, he came to Haran. That day, he met Rivka. That day, he comes to the house. And that day, they talk about the shidduch. So they said, okay, but let's stay. Well, I'm not to stay. Everything was perfect. I want to leave it now. I want to leave. Wait, you just came today. You want to take her today? I have no time. No. Not today. Let's wait. I'm going to let's ask the Kala. Okay, let's ask the Kala. Eliezer Omed Po. Kala is there. And they are behind Eliezer. אומרים לאלעזר, you know what? נשאלה את פי הנערה. Let's ask her. Do you want? In the back, they tell Rivka, no. מה כתוב? ויקראו לרבקה, פסוק נ"ח, ויקרא רבקה, ויאמרו אליה, תלכי עם האיש הזה? אתה אומר אלך? Yeah, I'm going. שמעתם? אומרים לה, תגידי לו, אני הולכת היום. ומה כתוב? אומרת לנו התורה, תסתכלו מה כתוב בפסוק סמך ג' ויצא יצחק לסוח בשדה לפנות ערב. מה זה לפנות ערב? מנחה. הם מגיעים לפני הערב, אין לה כבר השיתוך נגמר.
וואו. That whole day everything happened before מנחה.
זהו לכם שכשיש הצלחה, יש don't push the מזל.
Don't push the
push it off.
in my head.
Don't delay it.
Oh, don't delay. Don't push
No,
it.
man.
I want to explain something. If you see shidduch goes on well, okay, so let's do, next summer.
Right away.
Let's do in 8 months.
Hold on.
You don't understand, you're bringing to yourself problems. The more time you have, the more chances of fights and aggravation and shtiyot can happen. How many people you guys know that they broke before they got married? It's only because time was too long. ככה זה עובד. יש לך הצלחה, תזדרז, חתן, יהיה לה out.
Time kills deals.
אתה צריך לדעת שאם אתה לא תעשה את זה נכון, you're going to lose it. בתורה אומרת לנו, הצדיקים זריזים.
I heard somebody told me, if you want to know that person's right for you, fight with them. See, it's funny. It's funny, but
Because your wife knows the slang you want?
She knows.
She knows, okay.
Did
Did you tell her
See
before
how
you got
you
married?
fight. See how the fight. I mean, because you're gonna fight eventually. You're gonna have an argument or something.
It's recorded.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I'm saying something. I'm not saying something that you probably wouldn't. I don't know. I heard something like this, and it was actually it worked out because sometimes people fight and they don't fight the right way. It's like.
Are you saying your advice to your children when you go out on a date, make sure to fight with her? No, I just want to know if I should tell Isaac it's, to do that.
They're gonna. I mean,
You're not answering my question.
If they come to you and they say,
Forget if they come to me. Your advice to Isaac, make sure on date number 5, fight with
I
her.
wouldn't tell him that. I wouldn't tell him that.
Are you planning to tell him that?
I wouldn't tell him that. But,
all right, then. I guess.
But do you see any like chokhmah in there?
No.
No, you don't see it. Okay, all right.
I'm going to tell you something else. You can have, regardless, something before you get to ketubah anyway.
Without you trying to fight.
Exactly. The Gemara says.
So there is a chokhmah in it. So there's going to be a
There is no
fight.
chokhmah in it.
Okay.
Try to avoid the fight. You telling no, are you pro-fight? Just
Not
make
saying
sure.
pro-fight. I'm
Just
saying that-
see how she reacts. You must know. Are you trying to put on a test?
No, I heard that also, but I'm gonna scheme in.
Okay. I just wonder how you guys can give advice to your kids, on a date. Make sure to fight with her, Don't pick her up. Drop her, 3 blocks away. And I wanted to test how you temperature. אני מכיר מטומטמים שעשו ככה, אני מכיר כאלו.
Don't test the Moroccans.
My wife is my wife.
לשון הרע, אסור.
To rush.
Yeah.
When you know the thing is good for you, then you rush it. Suppose you have doubt. You can't.
כשיש doubt, אל תעשה שטויות. מדבר על
You have to
doubt.
think, you have to.
לא שאלתי if they have doubt. יש אנשים, everything is
Even
smooth.
though sometimes you're sure you want something, but in the back of your
You're in
mind,
La La Land.
you
So
might have.
That's why
you
there is
might have,
parents.
things to make sure that you don't want to fall. So you have to double check, even though you're sure this is good.
אני מכיר אנשים,
and everything,
6 years they checked.
So check, but go.
6 years they checked.
Never finish.
They never finish. ותסלח לי מאוד שאני מלכלך את הפה שלי, גם כן היה איתה גם כן, he checked.
I didn't hear you, but you said.
היית גם כן, he wanted to check.
Who? I didn't hear you.
לא הסביר לו. Checked. No, but he checked.
He checked.
6 years. בסוף, he gave her a ring. And בסוף, broke.
Oh, she checked in.
הבנת? And that person that I know, I know personally, when that happened, wow, נשבר. Why? Beside the fact he checked her and he got a check 6 years, he had real estate. And because he married her on a paper, for papers also, now he's not only that,
No prenup.
now if you're gonna break, so he'll become illegal now.
She becomes illegal?
He everything so he was in the process.
He's the one who has
The real estate.
the real estate.
עכשיו he's gonna lose the papers. And what's going to be with the real estate? קיצור, בכה. That's a true story.
You married for 10 years, you get divorced, and you lose papers?
He was in the process.
Process.
Oh, he's in the process. Oh, gosh.
קיצור,
That's messed up.
הוא לא ידע. He lost her, he lost his marriage, he lost his life, properties, הוא לא ידע, he was lost. הוא בכה אליי, מה אני אעשה? אמרתי לו, אני לא יודע מה לעשות, אבל אני מאמין מי שלומד תורה בעזרת השם, יש סייעתא דשמיא. You wouldn't believe me. Maybe 3 months after, he met someone. And he got married to her within 3 months.
What about the real estate and all those things?
האישה השנייה החזיקה לו את הכל, ברוך השם.
Took everything?
So she
No.
helped him out to get him.
She was American and he was good. And today I think he has 5 kids. הראשונה יצאה 6 שנים, לא יצא כלום. קדחת. Don't check. check מידות טובות, אל תעשה שטויות. אתה מבין אותי? When things go smooth והכל נורא טוב, להזרז. When you have too much time, when things are fine, everything is great, and you have too much time, זה רק בעיות קורה, רק בעיות. לכן the rabbis always tell us, when the minute you get engaged, not more than 90 days. 3 חודשים. 3 months. Within 3 months, you could still arrange everything and everything could go fine and smooth. יותר, ולכם נגיד לכם גם כן, יש יצר הרע. How can you control yourself? יש יצר הרע. ואז, אתם לא יודעים כמה צרות יש. אחר כך בורחים, it's too late already אחר כך. לכן צריך להיות חכם. כשדברים נכונים, everything is smooth, תחטוף את זה מהר, סגור מהר, don't drag. אבל אם יש לך doubts, אל תמהר. We're not talking about doubts, I'm talking about when things are fine, Sam. Also remember, speaking about fighting, just the opposite. Before the marriage, if you fight, you have a good reason why you want to break this deal. But once you're married, Habibi, this is life. Habibi, and you somehow settle down after a day. Who doesn't fight? But you're married, you have kids, you were married, خلاص, מסתדרים בסוף. אבל לפני not to fight, who needs to fight before the wedding? We don't. You keep the peace and the love. חזק וברוך, יום טוב ומבורך.